Why doesn't Pro Clubs have it? Before we get into this video, make sure you check out our series sponsor, OneFootball, link in the description below to download the app for all of the best World Cup footy news and updates. You won't regret it. So here it is, the World Cup is almost upon us, 8 days away, and they've released, obviously, the World Cup DLC. Pro Clubs has none of it. There's a sort of career mode aspect to it, a big Ultimate Team aspect, of course. You can kick off, but you can't do any Pro Clubs, and I think it's a crying shame. As usual, Pro Clubs gets ignored, and I've got a few ideas how they could have implemented it. Before we get into it, please like the video and subscribe. This is your home of Pro Clubs. Let's get into the World Cup debate. What do you guys think? Comment down below if you would have wanted to have seen a Pro Clubs World Cup mode. For me, it would have been absolutely insane. Consider the fact that we haven't had any add-ons in Pro Clubs ever. It's literally never changed. Now, scenario 1, imagine if you will that they just added in a simple World Cup trophy. You had to play as an international side, you had to go up, win the group stages, progress to the quarters, win the semi and the final, and you got a World Cup for your club. I think that would be pretty awesome. As I said in my last video, this kind of speaks more towards if Pro Clubs moved in the direction of keeping a club for a long period of time. People hop between clubs on Pro Clubs mode because it's so easy to complete. It's so easy to get to Division 1 and win it. It's so easy to win all of the cups, and then what? They don't add in any more cups or trophies, so people just move on and make a new club. The only real target for real good Pro Clubs players is to try and get record clubs, and that involves trying to get 50 wins and 0 losses, trying to get 100 wins and 0 losses, and obviously that comes with failure and you restart. It's very rare to see a Pro Club, as I said, with thousands of wins, hundreds of losses, hundreds of draws that they've had since the start of a FIFA. People tend to move about, and if they did add in DLCs like new cups and trophies, that would really help, in my opinion, keep the game fresh. Now, an alternative idea that I think would have been absolutely insane is if they'd had a tab here for Pro Clubs. Now, it wouldn't have been specifically Pro Clubs, but it would have been an introduction to the game mode for a lot of people who don't play it. So it would have been, in my opinion, a little Pro Clubs tab that you click, and you play as a national team with your Pro Club. But what you do is, instead of playing as your pro, you select a nation and you will play as those 11 players. So if you're Brazil and you play up front, you would be Jesus. If you're on the left wing, you'd be Neymar, etc. Your team would take over a player and control that one player. I'm pretty sure there used to be a game mode on FIFA that was like that, where you could control one of the players as your actual pro. So if you get what I mean, you'd have 11 of you against 11 others. If it was Brazil versus England and you were England, if I'm up front, I'd be Kane. My right wing would be Sterling. My goalkeeper would be a Pickford or whoever they selected, and that was the player you were locked to. Oh my god, that would be incredible. It would be such a cool addition if they could add that in to the World Cup mode. They should have done it from the start, and it would have been a real nice taster of what the World Cup mode is all about. I love Pro Clubs. I think the game mode should have been included. I'm so hyped for the World Cup, and it's a real shame that they didn't do either of those two ideas. What do you guys think though? As I said at the beginning of the video, let me know down below if you've got any creative ideas how EA could have incorporated it. A trophy for the club, a game mode where if I was playing as Argentina, you'd be controlling the players themselves individually. They could even have done it like in drop-ins, where you just control one of the players each, and you don't even have to set up as a pro club. It would have been easy to do, and it would have been super fun and a good idea for getting people into Pro Clubs. That's my opinion on it anyway, guys. It would have been awesome. Thank you for watching. This is your home of Pro Clubs. I have been WorldofJCC, and I will see you all next time.
When I'm with you, it feels like home. With you, it feels like